So I'm a big preacher of make the best chick see the exit in theory. And recently, very recently, a little while ago, I had to make the best chick see the exit. Literally. And I'm making this episode about it because I think this is as real as it gets. It just happened. She, was, we weren't seeing eye to eye on a conversation. And, she started getting her stuff. I'm leaving. And this is where most of us fail. Where I know that if I would have just lowered my stance, or if I would have just gave in to that acting up, because it was acting up from my opinion, then she probably would have stayed. But I decided to practice what I preach, and she getting her stuff. She want to go, but it's one of those very long, get it ready to go kind of things. So I saw her out, and I know she didn't believe it, that I wasn't going to talk her out of it. Peace. See you later. Actually, might not even see you later. Most likely not going to see you later. But after it happened, even now, I got to say that it doesn't feel good, right? It's a little bad. It leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. Like, making the best chick see the exit is never it's never a like a nice, fun thing to do. Maybe then you start kind of rationalizing, maybe she's not the best, so F it. But it doesn't matter. It's just more how things just went one way that you didn't expect. And here I am making this episode about it, because if you've been there where you have to fight between your pride, your ego, and your dignity or your self-respect, whatever, against someone that's challenging that, you gotta put up that fight against that weakness of trying to let things pass or let things go. You can't let things slide, because why would you? Why would you put yourself second? So this episode is about that. It's about practicing what I preach. I'm telling you, you gotta be willing to make the best chick see the exit at any point. And I've always been willing to do that. But right now I wanted to capture, it don't feel good. And I think I'm not going to feel good for a bit. Just how everything goes down. But that's how it really is. If everything was good, I would not be in this situation. She would not be in this situation, right? So it's always a bad situation that leads to you having to make that choice. If she start acting like you're about to lose her, let her go. Let her go. That means that there's only 4 billion other women in the planet. You're going to have to figure it out. But don't ever make yourself lose any dignity, respect. And not that that's what went down. It's actually something that just got out of proportion. It wasn't even that big of a deal in my eyes. And it just went there where she started acting like she's going to go and wanted me to kind of like, no, let's, nah, see you later. And I don't know what's going to happen, and this is the person that, probably got some lessons to learn. And I'm not the one to teach them. So she's got to go learn those over there. If you're there, don't let ever the fear of not wanting to lose something be the reason you don't stand up for you and for what you believe in and for who you are. I'm great alone. So she was lucky to be in my presence. And now she's not. So guess what? I'm still here. Like, don't ever think that the world's ending. It's not. Doesn't feel good though. I gotta admit, there's a certain pain to it. There is. But it's not something you're gonna die over. So my own lesson learned, and I've learned so many of these lessons, and sometimes I've been so weak that I've kind of tried to fix things, and not anymore. Not anymore. Anybody that puts me in that situation has nothing to offer me. So hopefully you feel the same way. You're very valuable. You got a lot to offer, and the right person is going to appreciate it. You don't got to beg somebody to see the truth. So if someone needs to watch this because they need to watch it, share it. Maybe you were the one that needed to watch it. So make sure you subscribe. Till next time. Peace.